Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. So in today's video, we are going to be fighting Atraxi again. However, I have an attempt that I want to show you guys, and I want to show it to you where I can pause it and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to hop out of game. I'll show you this fight. We actually beat Atraxi's team, so we're going to take a look at that, and then we have like 9 attempts that we can do, like live, like quote-unquote live attempts. And then yeah, we're gonna see what the win rate is for this team, because I feel like there's a lot of RNG in this fight, but maybe not. We'll test it and find out. So let's go take a look at this fight, and we'll pause it and talk about the important key moments in the fight that get us the win. So give me one sec. All right, so here's our team. We've got Thorin, Tassie, Lily, Igor, and Athalia. We position our Lily behind Thorin just to give her a little bit more survivability, just in case she can survive long enough to block more than one active. And then we've got Tassie, Igor to basically waste time. Tassie, you get revives throughout the fight as you're killing opponents, so she can get like a total of like six or something revives. So it's a pretty good hero to help cause delays in a fight and make it last longer, which just gives it more time for our Athalia and our Lance form to just freely run around doing damage. So let's go ahead and start this fight. All right, so it looks pretty normal start of the fight. 5 seconds in, we're already blocking our first Siren active, so that's why Lily's pretty much just so important in this fight, because if you allow Siren to get this active off that's just so early in the fight, it's really hard to deal with, especially because it can insta kill some of your heroes. Now Tassie's kind of unique in the way that you can't insta kill her, so she still will revive even if she gets killed by like Odie's heart attack thing or Siren's same thing, all that stuff. So we block Siren's active. Igor's getting some tombstones out, and right here you can see the enemy Athalia has just done her charge skill right through my Lily May, and it one-shot her. So I thought this was a good thing to show you guys just how strong Athalia is. One-shotting really any hero that quickly it's pretty impressive. So yeah. Athalia is a crazy good hero. I really suggest using her, but you'll see our Athalia, I think, already died, so she's already in Lance form and doing her thing. So she is 35% less attack right now, but you'll see here in a sec, our own Athalia's Lance form right there active just took out their Athalia, and that's a reduced power active. So it's pretty crazy. And then there, our Lance form took out the Siren. And the cool thing about having Athalia in her Lance form is she's unCCable. She can't. There's just nothing that can be done to her. So the Callan Roar doesn't really matter as much because we're still able to do tons of damage while he's roaring and stunning all the other heroes on your team. So it's a pretty good combination or a pretty good counter to Callan, to have a hero that basically has a form that can't be CC'd or interrupted or anything like that. Because like I said, his roar is very, very detrimental to a lot of fights in this current meta, because I mean, ruining the flow of a fight like that is just insane. But anyway, we still have tombstones out. Our Igor's jumping around. Tassie's still alive, and we have the Lance form of Athalia. And all we got to do is kill the Lily May and the Callan, and we just got our Tassie active off. So the Lily May goes down, the Callan goes down, and we get the win. Alright, so we're back in game, and guys, I got some disappointing news. I'm really sorry about this, but I was recording all the attempts and everything, you know, doing the live attacks and stuff, but I looked up in the corner of the video and it stopped recording. So I don't know why this keeps happening to me. I lost the footage from my best pool session ever the other day, and yeah, I don't know. It's starting to get really frustrating, and I hate it. But you know, I guess it is what it is. I apologize. I know it's always better to watch live fights versus replays, but we're gonna have to watch some replays today, guys. So sorry about that. Anyway, let's pull up some fights that I think are important to watch. All right, so the first fight that I want to show you guys is gonna be with Freyesto in place of Thorin, and I did do attempts with Thorin still on the team. However, we lost every single one. So I'm thinking this 5th spot is a bit more flexible than I was originally thinking. I think you can really just kind of slot in a hero that is going to work better for whatever situation you're in. And yeah, I chose Freyesto so that he could provide some damage reduction to my Lily May, and maybe she'd be able to block more than just one active. However, she's always going to be targeted by Athalia right away at the start because Lily does the most damage with her Rainstorm Ballet. So she's just always going to be targeted by Athalia because she targets whoever does the most damage, and that really puts a target on Lily's back. So I guess if you had Dunliner, you could maybe replace Lily with Dunliner, but most people don't have him, so that's why I was trying to use Lily instead. Also, my Lily May is P4 versus my Dunliner, who is P2, and I'll show you guys in the fight exactly where the Paragon advantage really comes into play here. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is Tassie getting to an active is an extremely important part of this fight. So if she can't get to an active at all, it's going to be really hard to win. So yeah, so Lily needs to block the Siren active, the first one. I need to kill Siren before he can get to a second active, and then as long as Tassie gets her active off, we're good to go. So let's go ahead and hit replay. The main core of my team is Athalia, Tassie, and Igor. The other 2 spots you could probably play around with. So anyway, we block the Siren active, and then our Freyestos, they kind of go down sort of early, but that's alright. I kind of just wanted them to be a distraction. And there we got the kill on the Siren with our own Athalia. And as you can see, it's Igor and Athalia's Lance form that's left. And just look how much healing the Ludovic is able to do, even though my Igor is trying to nerf the healing. So this is where I'm talking about the Paragon advantage coming in. Igor should be able to pretty much almost stop the healing that they're doing. Not totally, but he should really be able to nerf it quite a bit. However, since they have that Paragon advantage, Ludovic's healing is just way too strong for me to deal with when it's just Athalia and Igor. That's why I need Tassie to stay alive, get those extra revives, and the way we get those extra revives is early kills. So that's why I say I really need to kill Siren early for multiple reasons. So he doesn't get his active off, but also so Tassie can get an extra revive. But anyway, let me pull up another fight where we actually get a win. Alright, so in this attempt, we decided to use Scarletita, and the reasoning behind this is if I can kill the enemy Athalia quick enough, or at least in the first 20 seconds of battle, because these fights are pretty much guaranteed to last like 20 some seconds. It's just the way Igor works. He really delays fights, so that allows Scarletita to really come back into play, or come back into the meta. She really wasn't part of the meta for a long time because she's in the air for too long. But if your fights are lasting, more than 20 seconds, she's definitely a good hero to use. So I was hoping, if we kill the Athalia early, she's going to be basically a 1 HP or a 0 HP hero, and when Scarletita slams the battlefield, it should just knock her off, and that will give us, or then we won't have to deal with so much damage there at the end of the fight. So, which is where we really tend to struggle. So yeah, so let's see what happens here. So we go up in the air. Our Igor is going to get all the shielding from Scarletita because he's always the lowest HP. And yeah, we basically get a kill on Siren here at some point. I forget exactly when, because we still have everyone alive but Lily. And our Athalia her Lance form should kill Siren right there. Then we get the slam, which stuns everybody, and that kind of allows our well, no, the enemy Lily blocked the Igor active, and that allowed our Tassie to get her active off, which slept everyone. And as you can see, once that active comes out, it's pretty much game over. They're not going to be able to deal with the CC that comes from Tassie. So yeah, it's a pretty good combination. I'm really liking it. Now tomorrow we're going to do more attempts, and hopefully we can do them live. That would be fantastic. But yeah, we're gonna do some more testing and see what goes on here. So there could be, like I said, the core of the team is Igor, Athalia, and Tassie, and then the 2 spots I guess are kind of flexible, but you need one of them to block actives, so it's not as flexible as you would think. You either probably need to run Lily May or Dunlinger, and then the 5th spot you could kind of run. You could run another DPS hero. You could run a healer. Like tomorrow I want to try Ludovic in that spot, because that might be enough to give us the extra damage we need, plus the healing that would really help us out. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. But before I go, I also want to remind you guys, Loot Bar is in the description if you want to use it. But at the moment, the direct top-up feature is being worked on or something, so the prices for the direct top-up are not reflective of what they usually are. But if you do the in-game top-up, or login top-up they call it, the prices are still the same. They're still just as cheap. However, you just the login top-up is somebody from the company logs into your account and does the purchases or something. I don't exactly know how that version works. So yeah, just give it a day or two. They said to treat it like a server maintenance, so they're doing something with their inner workings or something like that. I don't know all the details, but I just wanted to let you guys know, if you were looking at the pricing on Loot Bar and wondering why it was different, that's why. They're trying to fix something in. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy.